At the beginning of this year, 2025, I started my weight loss journey and went from 70 kilograms all the way down to 59 kilograms in just 3 months, meaning that I lost 11 kilograms within 3 months. And in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to exactly do the same. All you gotta do is watch this video with full concentration and take action afterwards. This video consists of 4 main pillars. Each and every one of them is as important as one another, so please watch this video until the end. The first one is fasting. I've been practicing intermittent fasting since 2024. I simply do not eat breakfast at all. Fasting has a lot of benefits. First of all, it improves your mental clarity. You can concentrate more because you are not constantly digesting food. Secondly, it promotes something called autophagy. After 16 to 24 hours of fasting, your body enters the state. Autophagy is the state in which your body destroys old cells, old damaged cells, and regenerate new ones. Fasting is strongly associated with your fat burning process because when your insulin is low and you are moving, you are actually depleting your glycogen store, and when your glycogen store is depleted, you do not have any other fuel. Your body starts to use fat as fuel, so you are burning fat. However, the biggest benefit of intermittent fasting, it is that you would be able to eat less, and when you eat less, you're in a caloric deficit, and when you are in a deficit, you would lose weight, and you want to lose fat to be more specific. Secondly, I'm going to talk about diet. In order to lose fat and to keep it off, you gotta hop on a low carbs diet because carbohydrates is the main culprit behind your binge eating disorder. Carbs not only stimulate your appetite, making you eat more, but carbs are also unnecessary for your body. Your body actually needs amino acids from protein to actually synthesize and build muscle. Your body, especially your brain, needs healthy fat like omega-3, omega-6 in order to properly function. However, your body does not need carbs. Carbs are instant fuel, and when you consume an excessive amount of carbs, they would be stored as fat. Your body does not need carbs. Carbs stimulates your appetite and actually leads to binge eating, and they are not satiating. Carbs makes you eat more. So by lowering carbs and go high on protein and fat, you would be able to fill up your stomach with essential nutrients. In terms of vegetables, I have been consistently eating 400 to 600 grams of vegetables on a daily basis. Vegetables can greatly fuel up your stomach and suppress your appetite. They are extremely satiating because they contain a lot of fiber. So basically your body cannot break down and digest fiber, but the bacteria in your gut, they go by the name of probiotics, actually feed on vegetables, and vegetables actually called prebiotics. Vegetables are food for your good bacteria in your gut. So by consuming an adequate amount of vegetables, you would be able to combat your binge eating disorder, lose weight, and stay in good shape. But please remember this: raw vegetables are extremely dense in anti-nutrients such as tannins, phytates, oxalates, and these anti-nutrients would actually bind into micronutrients from food like iron, calcium, magnesium, zinc, and make your body unable to absorb these nutrients. So please, you must fully cook your vegetables in order to get rid of all of the anti-nutrients. Mark my words. One more tip, it is that you should drink water before meal. As I said earlier, water can act as a great appetite suppressor when you are trying to lose weight. So drinking around 300 to 500 milligrams of water 15 or 30 minutes before eating would be a great idea. Hey, and don't forget this, I actually eliminated all of the refined carbs when I hop on this diet. I stopped eating rice, pasta, and bread simply because they are not satiating and they actually worsen my acne. Long story short, I'm just gonna encapsulate the whole pillar within these sentences. You fail your diet simply because your diet is not satiating and sustainable enough. That's why you binge, that's why you cheat. It is what it is. If you take my advice for granted, try this diet for 7 days, you would be able to lose weight. Trust me when I say this. The third part of this video is training. When you cut your calories, when you enter a calories deficit, please train with the same intensity. Otherwise, you would lose muscle. because when you are eating less, you enter a catabolic state, and when you just drop your volume, you drop your intensity, your body signals that you simply do not need to hold on to these muscle no more. So your muscle would be burned for fuel instead of fat. You must keep lifting at the same intensity. And if you feel too fatigued, you can drop the weight a little bit, slightly drop the weight, slightly drop 1 or 2 reps if you feel too fatigued. So this is how I approach this cut. And finally, it is cardio. I'm so sick of the advice saying that you do not need cardio to get shredded. It is just stupid. You can cut your calories. It would be up until a point where you just cannot cut calories no more. Can you imagine a grown ass man eating 1200 calories on a daily basis, trying to lose weight? It is just mental. So you gotta do your cardio. For me personally, I've been training 2 times a day. I do 5 high-intensity cardio sessions on a weekly basis. I lift 5 times a week. On my rest day, I don't actually do rest day. I do some sort of active recovery day in which I swim, box, jump rope. I don't lift in those 2 days. So I basically take no days off. Sometimes when I feel too fatigued, I just simply go for a walk instead. By the way, I actually have an Instagram account which I post a lot of short form content about fitness, losing weight, building muscle. If you're interested, click the link in the description below. I'll see you people on the next one. See ya.